Well, good afternoon, YouTube. This is your Daily Stoic with your host, Jeffrey, Love, Hope, and Faith McCabe. Check this out. Now, if you're following me from Facebook world, and hopefully you will, I don't know. Anyways, last year when I started All Hands on Deck, which is a little outreach group I started, it's been silent for a while, but we're doing an event April 26th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in collaboration. Oh, hold on. We're going to do the whole flyer thing. Let's do it proper. Got one here on the seat. It's hard to see. It's a little see-through. Love on Hamilton, Sons of Scripture. I am somebody. All hands on deck. We're doing a brunch for buttons, April 26th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I had some stickers made up. Don't tell the other people. I had them some stickers made up too. But my daughter last year, when I first got involved with this, I took them down there to show them, like, these are people. You know, I know they look scary. It's, you know, people who are struggling with addiction, mental health, and homelessness. They look scary. But this environment, I wanted to show them that they're people, right? It's easy to judge. It's easy for kids to judge, especially, I don't know what kids see. Like, I've never seen homelessness at this rate. When I was a kid, like, it wasn't, like, we had one guy in around the Eastgate area that I remember. We called him Yosemite Sam. He wore, like, really short biker shorts. And, you know, he was rough looking. But we didn't have this level of homelessness. So, all that to say, I took my kids down there to the encampment protests. To show them these are real people. We donated some food, and then my daughter Jordan was compelled to draw this picture, and I used it for flyers. I used it on, it was a big part of the beginning of All Hands on Deck. It was sort of my logo, let's say. But I got her some stickers made up. She's gonna be so happy. She's been talking about it. I told her I was gonna get her some stickers. Look at these little stickers. Show up to Printco on King Street. If you need printing, if you need stickers, you need shirts, you need whatever, Adam's my man. Holler at me, I'll let you know. Anyways, so yeah, very exciting times for me. I'm gonna give my daughter a bunch of these stickers. She can put them wherever in her notebooks or stick them to poles or whatever. And I got some other stickers made up too. Where did I put them all? Look at that. I got a whole bunch of these stickers. Printed 100 of them. Woo! But I made some stickers for all the groups. A small token of my appreciation. So here's the Sons of Scripture stickers. And then I made some stickers for I Am Somebody. Let's see if they watch the YouTube, because I wanted to surprise them with these stickers. Let's see if they watch this. I'm going to deliver them to each of the groups. And then I got the Love on Hamilton stickers as well. So we'll see if they watch and then they catch on. If not, it will still be a surprise for them when the time comes. Anyways, I should probably get my book out. So, Love, Hope, and Faith. That's why I said the nickname. That's a long way to get there. Oh, this guy's gonna yell at him, make him back up. Just go around him, bro. There's a huge fucking sidewalk there. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm watching a guy make a guy back up. How far do you want him to back up? Oh, he's letting him go. That was confusing. Sorry, that's terrible production. As always, reading the Daily Stoic, 366 Meditation on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. What an odd interaction. Are you gonna go? That was super weird. Sorry, there was a guy on a bike, and there was a guy pulling out, turning right out of the driveway. The guy on the bike stopped. It's like a double sidewalk. There was a ton of room, but he told the guy to back up, but then wouldn't cross the street. And then the guy went, and then he still stood there. Anyways, the city's crazy. As always, we're reading the Daily Stoic, 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. If you don't know what Stoicism is, like I say every single time, go Google it, go to YouTube. There is so much information on this. You will definitely come across Ryan Holiday. You'll definitely come across a ton of information. It'll be better than I could teach it to you. So, and if you do enjoy it, come back, like, share, comment, tell all your friends that I'm out here doing this every single day. That's how we do it. April 7th, expect to change your opinions. There are two things that must be rooted out in human beings: arrogant opinion and mistrust. Arrogant opinions expects that there is nothing further needed, and mistrust assumes that under the torrent of circumstances there can be no happiness. Epictetus Discourses 3.14.8. There are two things that must be rooted out in human beings: arrogant opinions and mistrust. All right. How often do we begin some projects certain we know exactly how it will go? How often do we meet people and think we know exactly who and what they are? And how often are these assumptions proved to be completely, utterly wrong? I am king of assuming wrong. This is why we must fight our bias and preconceptions, because they are a liability. Ask yourself, what haven't I considered? Why is this thing the way it is? Am I part of the problem here or the solution? Could I be wrong here? Could be doubtfully careful to honor what you do not know and then set against the knowledge you actually have. Remember, there is one core teaching at the heart of philosophy, is that we're not as smart and as wise as we'd like to think we are. If we ever do want to become wise, it comes from questioning and from humility, not, as many would like to think, from certainty, mistrust, and arrogance. I love this one, and I'm also a big guy, I'm also like a big person. I love to learn new stuff, and if you can teach me something, I will change my opinion. I love to discuss things. I can be hard-headed, like I think I know something, this is my political stance, or this is what I think about this, or this is how this should go, but I'm open to discuss, and if we can debate it, and you make me see things in a different way, then I 100% will think about it, reflect. Sometimes if I get into arguments or debates with people, at the time I might seem angry, I might seem a little bit like, no, I don't buy it, but I promise you I think a lot. I think I reflect and think about so much. I've always thought, I feel like I've always, how would you say this without sounding too crazy? I feel like I think more than most people. And I reflect on things people say to me in almost any situation. Nevertheless, if I have an argument with somebody, whether it be philosophy or politics or personal things, like if I argue with someone, a friend, a girlfriend, my mother, whomever I get in an argument with, or somebody tries to tell me something, I think about it a lot, and I'll reflect and I'll adjust, and I will reconfigure my thought process. And I'm never too old to learn new things. Silly example, I've been throwing a football since I was a kid. I taught my kids how to throw football. Shout out to all my kids are good at throwing footballs, especially Jordan's. She's 10, bro. That girl can throw a perfect spiral. I hope my older boys don't see this and get upset. She's gonna be better than you, bro, unless you practice. Anyways, so last summer we're at Gage Park, and this is a funny analogy or a funny comparison to what this Stoic teaching was. Last year we're at Gage Park, and this kid, we're throwing the football, me and my kids, this kid comes up and he's like, yo, he's like a little kid, I think he ended up telling me he was 12 or something. He's like, yo man, he's like, I'm the #1 rated quarterback in my rep league. I'm like, okay. I'm like, wow, okay. He comes over, he grabs the football. I said, all right, throw it to me. He goes, and I said, why'd you come over and tell me? He's like, I just wanted to let you know. I said, all right, well, if you're that good, I said, teach me something. He goes, okay, watch. He goes, let's throw the ball. So I throw the ball. He goes, watch this. He goes, I'm going to teach you how to throw it better. I said, you're going to teach me how to throw it better? You're 12. And he did. He showed me so I threw a football with my, maybe 2 fingers off the laces. Maybe, I can whip a football. This kid said, no, you got to go all the way back. So he had 1 finger on the laces, and he's pretty much coning this ball. And I tried it, and I could throw a little bit further. Now, I don't always throw like that. I feel like I could, for shorter throws, but what I'm going way into detail with this. I showed all the kids. He taught me that. I showed my kids, and we were all chucking this thing even further. And I was like a 12-year-old. I was 40. I'm 40. I was 41. A 12-year-old just taught me something. I've been throwing a football since I was a kid. 30 years I've been throwing a football easy. And this kid showed me a better way. That's the kind of person I am. And that's the philosophy teaching in today. It's like, don't be too concrete on your beliefs, and be able to change and your misconceptions about people. And don't just assume. Don't just go with your first thought. Question everything. Think about it. Think it through and move forward. That's Stoicism. Love, hope, and faith. I love you guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.